Yuvraj Singh is an Indian international cricketer. He is an all-rounder who bats left-handed in the middle order and bowls slow left-arm orthodox. He is the son of former Indian fast bowler and Punjabi actor Yograj Singh. Yuvraj has been a member of the Indian cricket team in ODIs since 2000 and played his first Test match in 2003. He was the vice-captain of the ODI team from late 2007 to late 2008. He was the man of the tournament in the 2011 ICC Cricket World Cup, and one of the top performers at the 2007 ICC World Twenty20, both of which India won. In a match against England at the 2007 World Twenty20, he famously hit 6 sixes in one over bowled by Stuart Broad, a feat performed only 3 times previously in any form of senior cricket, and never in an international match between 2 Test cricket teams. In 2011, Yuvraj was diagnosed with a cancerous tumor in his left lung and underwent chemotherapy treatment in Boston and Indianapolis. In March 2012, he was discharged from the hospital after completing the 3rd and final cycle of chemotherapy and returned to India in April. He made his international comeback in a 2020 match in September against New Zealand shortly before the 2012 World Twenty20. Yuvraj was conferred with the Arjuna Award, India's second highest sporting award, in the year 2012 by the President of India Pranab Mukherjee. In 2014, he was awarded the Padma Shri, India's 4th highest civilian honour. Early years and personal life. Yuvraj was born to parents Yograj Singh and Shanam Singh. After his parents divorced, Yuvraj chose to stay with his mother. Tennis and roller skating were Yuvraj's favourite sports during his childhood and he was quite good at both. He had also won the national U14 roller skating championship. His father threw away the medal and told him to forget skating and concentrate on cricket. He would take Yuvraj to training every day. He studied at the DAV public school in Chandigarh. Yuvraj also did 2 short roles as child star, Mendai Sauda D and Patsadara. Career, youth career. Yuvraj started his career from the Punjab under-16s at the age of 13 years and 11 months in November of the 1995 96 season against Jammu and Kashmir 16s. In 1996 97, Yuvraj was promoted to the Punjab under-19s and scored 137 not out against Himachal Pradesh under-19s. Yuvraj made his first-class debut in late 1997 against Orissa during the 1997-98 Ranji Trophy season. In that match, he did not score any runs. His first breakout performance came in the under-19 Cooch Behar Trophy final of 1999 against Behar. Behar were all out with a score of 357 and Yuvraj opened for Punjab and he made 358 runs alone. Yuvraj represented India in the series against Sri Lanka under-19s in India in February 1999. In the 3rd ODI, Yuvraj scored 89 runs from 55 balls. In 1999-2000 Ranji Trophy, he scored 149 against Haryana. In the ICC Under-19 World Cup 1999/00 which India won under the captaincy of Mohammad Kaif, Yuvraj's all-round performance earned him the Player of the Tournament award and a call to the national squad. His performance in the tournament included a quick-fire 58 off 25 balls against Australia in the semis and 68 and 4/36 against New Zealand in a group stage match. Yuvraj was subsequently selected in 2000 for the first intake of the National Cricket Academy in Bangalore. International breakthrough. Yuvraj was selected in the Indian squad for the 2000 ICC Knockout Trophy in the back of his impressive outings for the under-19 team. He made his international debut against Kenya in the pre-quarter-final. He bowled 4 overs conceding 16 runs but did not get to bat. In the quarter-final match against Australia, Yuvraj won the man of the match for his innings of 84, against a pace attack consisting of Glenn McGrath, Brett Lee and Jason Gillespie, that helped India win by 20 runs. In the semi-final against South Africa, he scored 41 and picked 1/15. He scored only 14 against New Zealand in the final which India lost. The tournament was followed by a tri-series involving India, Sri Lanka and Zimbabwe. Yuvraj scored just 55 runs in 5 innings at an average of 11. Yuvraj averaged 15.50 in the ODI series against the touring Zimbabwe side in December 2000, after which he was dropped from the team. Yuvraj made his comeback during the 2001 Coca-Cola Cup in Sri Lanka. He scored a crucial 98 against Sri Lanka in the fifth match in an otherwise disappointing series with the bat. However, he proved to be useful with the ball as he picked up 8 wickets at an average of 27. In the Standard Bank triangular series involving hosts South Africa, India and Kenya, Yuvraj managed to score only 69 runs from 6 innings, including a duck in the final against South Africa. Following this, Dinesh Mungia and Hemang Badani were chosen over Yuvraj in the squad for the home series against England in January 2002. Yuvraj returned to playing domestic cricket in early 2002. After a disappointing run in the Ranji knockouts, Yuvraj struck 209 for North Zone against South Zone in a Duleep Trophy match in March 2002. He was immediately drafted into the national squad for the final 2 ODIs against Zimbabwe, with India trailing the series 1-2. Yuvraj made impact in his return match at Hyderabad, scoring an unbeaten 80 off just 60 balls, to take India to a 5-wicket win and level the series. He won the Man of the Match award for his efforts. In the final ODI at Guwahati, Yuvraj made 75 runs from 52 balls, sharing a 157-run fifth-wicket partnership with Mungia, who scored his career-best unbeaten 159, to help India post a total of 333 in their 50 overs. India went on to win the game by 101 runs in the series 3-2. 2002 Natwest Series, after winning the ODI series in the West Indies 2-1, where Yuvraj managed scores of 1 and 10. The Indian team toured England in June for the Natwest Triangular Series and a 4-match Test series against the hosts. The Natwest Series featured teams from England and Sri Lanka, apart from India. In the first match at Lord's, Yuvraj won the Man of the Match for his all-round performance as India successfully chased down England's total of 271. In the next match against Sri Lanka, Yuvraj scored 31 and shared a crucial 60-run sixth-wicket partnership with Mohammad Kaif to set up another successful run chase. India's next match against England was washed out due to rain after Yuvraj had scored an unbeaten 40 off 19 balls to take India to 285 quarters in their 50 overs. Yuvraj's knock of 37, along with a 50 from Rahul Dravid, helped India recover from 59/4 to reach the target of 188 against Sri Lanka. This win eliminated Sri Lanka from the series with another round of matches still to be played. Yuvraj had scores of 5 and 8 in the final round of matches but proved to be useful with the ball as he picked 1 wickets in each of the 2 games. At the end of the round-robin matches, India topped the points table with 19 points while England finished second with 15 points. The final was played at Lord's on July 13 between India and England. After winning the toss and electing to bat first, England posted a daunting total of 325 fifths in 50 overs. In reply, India was struggling at 146/5 at the end of 24 overs, when Kaif joined Yuvraj at the crease. The pair initially stabilised the innings and later scored at a brisk rate. The duo shared a partnership of 121 runs for the 6th wicket, which came to an end when Yuvraj was dismissed for 69 as he top-edged a sweep shot in the 42nd over off the bowling of Paul Collingwood, resulting in a simple catch to Alex Tudor at short fine leg. India went on to win the game by 2 wickets with 3 balls to spare. This was India's first win in the final of an ODI tournament since 2000, after 9 consecutive defeats. This win is regarded as one of India's greatest victories in ODI cricket. 2002/03 Euro 2004, Yuvraj batted in 2 games of the 2002 ICC Champions Trophy, which was held in Sri Lanka in September. He scored 3 against Zimbabwe in the opening match, and 62 in the semi-final against South Africa. In November 2002, Yuvraj struggled in the first 5 games of the 7-match ODI series against West Indies, with a high score of 30. He returned to form in the 6th ODI at Jodhpur with a crucial half-century that helped India win the match by 3 wickets and level the series 3-3. He top-scored for India in the 7th match with a 69-ball 68, but could not get support from any other batsman. India crashed to a 135-run defeat and lost the series. Yuvraj struggled for runs in the 7-match ODI series in New Zealand in December 2002–January 2003, averaging just above 19 with a solitary 50. Despite his indifferent form leading to the World Cup, Yuvraj secured a place in the 15-man Indian squad for the 2003 ICC Cricket World Cup in South Africa. Yuvraj scored 37 in India's opening match against Netherlands. In the following games, he had scores of 0, 1 and 7 against Australia, Zimbabwe and Namibia respectively. He scored a brisk 42 against England, followed by an unbeaten 50 against Pakistan, setting up wins for India in both games. In the Super 6 stage of the tournament, Yuvraj had scores of 58 against Kenya, and 5 against Sri Lanka. He scored 16 in the semi-final against Kenya, and 24 against Australia in the final. Yuvraj scored his maiden ODI century against Bangladesh at Dhaka on April 11, 2003. In May 2003, Yuvraj was signed by the Yorkshire County Cricket Club for the 2003 county season. Yuvraj became only the second Indian after Sachin Tendulkar to represent the county. Yuvraj's Test debut came on October 16, 2003 at his home ground Mohali against New Zealand. Batting at 6, he scored 20 in the first innings, and 5 in the second innings. In the TVS Cup Tri-Series in October–November 2003 involving India, Australia and New Zealand, Yuvraj scored 113 runs from 7 games at an average of 18.83 and top score of 44. Yuvraj returned to form in early 2004 in the Tri-Series involving Australia and Zimbabwe. He scored 314 runs from 8 innings at an average of 39.25, including his second ODI 139 runs from 122 balls, with 16 fours and 2 sixes, against Australia at the Sydney Cricket Ground. Yuvraj had a mixed tour of Pakistan in March–April 2004. He disappointed in the ODI series with 141 runs from 5 matches, averaging just over 28, but found success in the Test series. In the first Test at Multan, Yuvraj scored 59, his maiden Test 50, as India registered an innings win. He also picked up his maiden Test wicket during the second innings of Pakistan. In the second Test at Lahore, Yuvraj scored his maiden Test century during India's first innings while the rest of the batting lineup struggled against the bowling of Umar Gul. Yuvraj's innings of 112 came from 129 deliveries with 15 fours and 2 sixes. He made only 12 runs in the second innings and Pakistan levelled the series by winning the match by 9 wickets. He scored 47 in the final Test at Rawalpindi where India secured the series with another innings victory. However, he lost his form in the latter half of 2004 with batting averages of 31 in the 2004 Asia Cup, 12.33 in the Natwest Series in England and 4.50 in the 2004 ICC Champions Trophy. In October 2004, after the first 2 tests of the Border Gavaskar Trophy, he was dropped from the Test squad as his dismal run with the bat yielded just 47 runs from the 2 matches. 2005 Euro 2006, revival in form. Despite the dip in form towards the end of 2004, Yuvraj continued to be a regular feature in the Indian ODI team. In the Platinum Jubilee match against Pakistan in November 2004, Yuvraj scored a 62-ball 78 in a losing cause. In December 2004, Yuvraj scored 94 runs at an average of 31.33 in the 3-match ODI tour of Bangladesh, including a blistering knock of 69 from 32 balls in the final ODI at Dhaka. He had a disappointing ODI series at home against Pakistan in April 2005, scoring 98 runs in 6 matches at 19.60. In July–August 2005, Yuvraj was the leading run-getter for India in the 2005 Indian Oil Cup Triangular Series in Sri Lanka, also involving the hosts Sri Lanka and West Indies. He scored 192 runs in 4 matches, averaging 48. He also recorded his third ODI century during the series, 110 runs from 114 balls, against West Indies at Colombo, for which he was awarded the man of the match. Yuvraj then played in the Videocon Cup in August-September 2005, a triangular series involving India, New Zealand and the hosts Zimbabwe. He averaged 54 with the bat in the series, scoring 216 runs from 5 matches. His innings of 120, in the final round-robin match against Zimbabwe at Harare, helped India recover from a precarious position of 36-4 and successfully chase down the target of 251. It was his 4th ODI 100 and he won the Man of the Match award for his efforts. In the 2-match test tour of Zimbabwe that followed the Tri-Series in September, Yuvraj had scores of 12 and 25. In October-November 2005, Yuvraj had a quiet 7-match ODI series at home against Sri Lanka. He managed just 124 runs in 6 innings at an average of 31 with a top score of 79. In November 2005, Yuvraj scored 103 in the first ODI against South Africa at Hyderabad to take India from 35-5 to a respectable total of 249-9. Yuvraj won the Man of the Match award, although South Africa won the game by 5 wickets. He picked up 1/17 and scored the winning runs in the second ODI at Bangalore, before the third match at Chennai was washed out due to rain. He scored 53 and 49 in the final 2 matches at Delhi and Ahmedabad respectively, and the series was drawn 2-2. Yuvraj and South African captain Graham Smith were jointly awarded the man of the series as each of them scored 209 runs at 69.66, finishing as joint highest run-getters of the series. Yuvraj had a mixed home test series against Sri Lanka in December 2005 as he registered 2 ducks and 2 half-centuries. He scored 0 and 77 in the second test at Delhi, and 0 and 75 in the third test at Ahmedabad as India won both the matches by comfortable margins. Yuvraj was picked in both Test and ODI squads for the Pakistan tour in January-February 2006. The first 2 tests were drawn, in which Yuvraj batted only once, in the second test, scoring 4. In the third test at Karachi, Yuvraj top-scored for India in both innings. After scoring 45 in the first innings, he went to score his second Test 100 in the second innings. India lost the match by 341 runs and the series 1-0. In the one-day series, he continued to be in sublime form. He scored a 28-ball 39 in the first ODI at Peshawar, which Pakistan won by 7 runs by Duckworth Lewis method. He scored an unbeaten 82 in the second match at Rawalpindi, taking India to an emphatic 7-wicket win, before scoring an unbeaten 79 in the third game at Lahore and helping India successfully chase the target of 289. In the low-scoring 4th match at Multan, Yuvraj scored 37 as India took the series with a 5-wicket victory. In the 5th and the final ODI at Karachi, Yuvraj, batting at 3, hit his 6th ODI century. His innings of 107, which came off 93 balls with 13 boundaries, helped India comfortably chase down the target of 287 for the loss of only 2 wickets. He won the Man of the Match award for this innings and was also adjudged Player of the Series. Against England, Yuvraj averaged 21.33 in 2 tests in March but proved to be successful with both bat and ball in the ODI series, in which he again won the Player of the Series award. During the series, Yuvraj won back-to-back Man of the Match awards in the 3rd and 4th ODIs. In the 3rd match, he made 103 from 76 balls, and in the 4th match, he picked 2/34 and scored 48. He scored a total of 237 runs in the series at an average of 47.40 and picked up 6 wickets with his part-time bowling. 2007 to 2011. On September 19, 2007 against England in the inaugural ICC World Twenty20 Super 8 match held at Kingsmead in Durban, he hit 6 sixes in an over off Stuart Broad. This helped him to reach the fastest 50 ever in a 2020 game, off just 12 balls, and also the fastest in any form of international cricket. This was the 4th time that 6 sixes had been hit in 1 over in senior cricket, the first time in 2020 cricket, and the first time in any form of international cricket against a bowler from a Test-playing nation. He has also hit the longest six of the tournament, 119 metres off Australian bowler Brett Lee. Yuvraj was awarded a Porsche 911 for his six sixes achievement by the Vice President of the Board of Control for Cricket in India, Lalit Modi. Yuvraj also received a $10 million in cash from the BCCI for his performance in the tournament. He is also the first Indian player to cross 100 sixes in 2020 matches. Yuvraj also scored 70 runs off 30 balls and went on to claim the man of the match against Australia in the World Twenty20 semi-finals at Durban. In September 2007, he was named as the ODI vice-captain of Mahendra Singh Dhoni after the resignation of Rahul Dravid. He then scored 121 in a losing cause during India's one-day international series defeat at the hands of Australia before enjoying a return to form as India beat Pakistan 3-2 on home soil in November 2007. He was named man of the series. In the 5 matches, he scored 4 half-centuries, although he was fined after showing dissent in the final match in Jaipur. Yuvraj was included in India's Test squad to face Pakistan in November 2007, but was not included in the playing 11 for the first Test. Yuvraj was picked in the third Test due to an injured Sachin Tendulkar. India was 61/4 before he and Sourav Ganguly made a 300-run partnership with Yuvraj, recording his highest Test score of 169. He had a very poor Test series against Australia in Indian tour to that country in 2007 August. After his poor showing in the first 2 Tests, he was dropped for the remainder of the series. In November 2008, he hit 138 not out from 78 balls against England at Rajkot, taking 64 balls to reach his century, which at the time was the second fastest by an Indian in ODIs after Mohammad Azharuddin's century in 1988 against New Zealand came off 62 balls. After reaching 50 from 42 balls, he added a further 88 in the next 36 balls. He did so despite straining his back, which necessitated the use of Gautam Gambhir as a runner. This was followed by 118 from 122 balls and a 4/28, all his wickets being specialist batsmen in the next match in Indore, earning him 2 consecutive Man of the Match awards. Yuvraj scored 85 not out, put on an unbroken partnership of 163 with Sachin Tendulkar to defeat England in the first Test at Chennai in December 2008. It was the 4th highest successful run chase in history and the highest in India. Yuvraj scores a quick, unbeaten 54 in the second innings of the Napier Test against New Zealand to help India save the game after following on. India preserves their lead and go on to win the series 1-0. Yuvraj is dropped from the Asia Cup following the team's return from the World Twenty20 in West Indies. Lack of form, disciplinary reasons and fitness are talked of as the reasons for his exclusion, but he makes a return for the series against Sri Lanka. With Suresh Raina scoring a century on Test debut and Cheteshwar Pujara making a compelling case for higher honours with his consistent first-class performances, Yuvraj is dropped from the Test squad for the 2-match series against Australia. World Cup was dreamed for Yuvraj as he scores 362 runs including 1 century and 4 50s, takes 15 wickets, wins 4 Man of the Match awards and is also Player of the Tournament. In the process, he becomes the first all-rounder to score 300-plus runs and take 15 wickets in a single World Cup. In the 2011 ICC Cricket World Cup, in India's match against Ireland, he became the first player to take 5 wickets and score 50 runs in a World Cup match. He took his 100th ODI wicket, with the dismissal of Wesley Barresi in the 2011 World Cup match against the Netherlands. In the 2011 World Cup till he took charge of the chase against defending champions Australia. In recent years, he has added value to the side through his improved off-spin. In the ICC World Cup 2011, he has thus far won the Man of the Match award 4 times, which is joint best with Sri Lanka's Aravinda de Silva in 1996 and South Africa's Lance Klusener in 1999. Yuvraj had respiratory difficulties through 2011 and in May he withdrew from the ODI series in the West Indies due to an illness. He toured England but had to return home after breaking his finger in the Nottingham Test and later played 2 home tests against West Indies. However, He then pulled out of the ODI series against West Indies in November citing an abnormal tumour in his lung. Yuvraj had originally targeted the CB series in Australia for his return to international cricket. His issues began with breathing difficulties, nausea and bouts of vomiting blood during India's successful run through the 2011 World Cup, which he ended as the player of the tournament. In 2011, he was diagnosed with a cancerous tumor stage I in his left lung and underwent chemotherapy treatment at the Cancer Research Institute in Boston, USA as well as medicine facilities in Indianapolis, Indiana. Shanam Singh was with Yuvraj during his diagnosis with a cancerous tumor in his left lung in USA. 2012 to 2014, in March 2012. Yuvraj was discharged from hospital after completing the third and final cycle of chemotherapy and returned to India in April. After his chemotherapy sessions treating seminoma in Indianapolis, Yuvraj's cancer showing full signs of remission, he aimed at resuming cricket at the World Twenty20. The selectors picked Yuvraj Singh to be a part of the 15-member Indian squad for the World Twenty20 in Sri Lanka in September 2012. He played against New Zealand in a T20I at Chennai where he scored 34 off 26 balls as his side lost by only 1 run. He started his World Twenty20 campaign with a 3/24 against Afghanistan. He took 1/16 against Australia, 2/16 against Pakistan and a 2/23 against South Africa. He ended up being the highest wicket-taker for India in the tournament, though he could not match up to the expectations with his bat. He got selected to the Test series against England at home, and while preparing for Test, he played a single Duleep Trophy match against Central Zone at Hyderabad where he scored 208 off 241 balls before being caught and bowled by Murali Kartik. Then he also starred in a first-class match against England as a member of India A cricket team, where he scored 59, and took 5/94 at Brabourne Stadium in Mumbai. He later played 3 Test matches in the 4-match Test series against England after which he was dropped. He later was selected for the India-Pakistan series in the second T20. He came back to form by scoring a blistering 72 off just 36 balls. He could not make an impact in the one-day series against Pakistan and England, only scoring 1 half-century in 7 matches. He did not have a very good IPL. Troubled by a back injury and bad form, he was dropped from the squad for the Champions Trophy and Zimbabwe series. He made a comeback through India A against West Indies A series, scoring 123 off just 89 balls in the first ODI, followed by 40 off 58 balls and 61 off 59 balls. In September 2013, Yuvraj made a comeback to India's limited over Euro unregistered trademark S squad for the 2020 and first 3 ODIs of the home series against Australia. However, following a fitness program in France, he has shown a return to top form in List A cricket. He was the leading run-getter for India A in the limited overs series against the touring West Indies A, with 224 runs from 3 matches, including 150 at an average of 74.66. He also scored a half-century for India Blue in the Challenger Trophy, a domestic 50-overs tournament. In October 2013, Yuvraj scored 77 off 35, showed his dominance in the only T20I against Australia at Saurashtra Cricket Association Stadium in Rajkot. India was facing an asking rate of nearly 12 at 100 for 4 in the 12th over, but Yuvraj's response was so forceful that all Dhoni needed to do was give him the strike. By the end, the partnership was 102 at exactly 2 runs a ball. But Yuvraj had a woeful home ODI series against Australia in October, scoring 19 runs in 4 innings, when he was visibly troubled by the pace of Mitchell Johnson. He couldn't bat himself back into form in the home ODIs against West Indies or on the South Africa tour, and was expected to be dropped for the New Zealand tour given the conditions in that country and the hosts' pace-heavy attack. In February 2014, Yuvraj was bought by the Royal Challengers Bangalore for a whopping 14 crore. Kingfisher Airlines employee union sent a letter to Yuvraj. It requests him not to play for Royal Challengers Bangalore. He was not selected for Asia Cup 2014 in Bangladesh, but he selected for the World T20 same place. Yuvraj performances in the practice matches were major boosts for India ahead of the World T20. In Super 10 match against he missed a full delivery and was bowled second ball. In both matches, he put down what could have been costly misses Chris Gayle and Mohammad Hafiz, but India created and converted more chances soon after. His solitary over in the tournament so far went for 13. Yuvraj Singh scored 60 of 43 balls as his third 50 against Australia at Mirpur and his 8th in T20 years. Yuvraj has gone past Gautam Gambhir to become the top run scorer for India in T20 internationals. He had 84-run partnership with Mahendra Singh Dhoni as India's third highest for the fifth wicket. India's highest partnership for the fifth wicket came in their last match against the same opposition, when Yuvraj and Dhoni added 102 while chasing 202 in Rajkot. On July 5, 2014, he played for the rest of the world 11 against MCC in the bicentenary celebration match at Lord's, as he had been left out of India's ODI team. Under Shane Warne's captaincy, he struck almost a run-a-ball century to rescue his team who had been struggling at 59 for 3. His 100 came up as he hit Sachin Tendulkar for a boundary. Tendulkar later got his revenge when he got out Yuvraj for 132. Rest of the world finished on 293 for 7 after 50 overs, but MCC went on to win the match by 7 wickets. Playing style: Yuvraj is primarily a left-handed batsman but can bowl part-time left-arm orthodox spin, which he improved in the latter part of his career. He is not regarded as a better batsman against fast bowling than spin bowling, and cites the Indian Oil Cup 2005 as a turning point in his career. Yuvraj is one of the athletic fielders in the Indian team, fielding primarily at point and covers with a good aim at the stumps. Yuvraj is a natural strike player with an aggressive style of play, as seen by his strike rate of above 150 in T20 internationals and just below 90 in ODIs. Many regard him as one of the best clean strikers of the ball, with his trademark punch through the covers a treat to watch. When in good touch, he can clear the ropes quite effortlessly. A Cricinfo report published in late 2005 showed that since 1999, he was the fourth most prolific fielder in effecting ODI run-outs, and of those on the list of prolific fielders, he had the second highest rate of effecting a run-out. He was previously often characterized as having attitude problems, but later often assumed leadership positions during Rahul Dravid's tenure as captain. He have also knocked 6 sixes in a row in the over of Stuart Broad in ICC T20 World Cup 2007 in a crucial stage of the game. The Board of Control for Cricket in India nominated Yuvraj Singh for the Arjuna Award, after his Man of the Series performance in the 2011 World Cup. Yuvraj's much-awaited second innings after 10 months sabbatical was washed out by rain on September 8. However, he made his entry on September 11, 2012 in the second and final T20 match of the series. In February 2014, he was honoured with FICCI Most Inspiring Sportsperson of the Year award. Indian Premier League: he was the icon player and captain for Indian Premier League team Kings 11 Punjab in the first 2 seasons. In 2010, the third season, icon player status was abolished and the captaincy given to Kumar Sangakkara. They came second in the round-robin phase of the tournament, but lost their semi-final to the Chennai Super Kings. On May 1, 2009, Yuvraj picked up his first hat-trick in T20 cricket against Royal Challengers Bangalore at Kingsmead in Durban, the same ground where he hit his 6 sixes. He dismissed Robin Uthappa, Mark Boucher and Jack Callis. On May 17, 2009, Yuvraj picked up his second 2020 hat-trick against Deccan Chargers at the Wanderers Stadium in Johannesburg. Yuvraj dismissed Herschel Gibbs, Andrew Simmons and Venugopal Rao. The Pune Warriors were a new team introduced for the 2011 IPL. Yuvraj Singh was bought by the team and chosen as captain. Pune Warriors finished 9th, ahead of only the Delhi Daredevils. From 14 matches, Yuvraj scored 343 runs at an average of 34.30, including 2 half-centuries. After much controversy, BCCI had allowed Pune Warriors to have his replacement for 2012 Indian Premier League. citing his medical condition and known availability for 2012 IPL due to the same. In 2014, Yuvraj was bought by the Royal Challengers Bangalore for a whopping 14 crore. Kingfisher Employee Union sent a letter to Yuvraj. It requests him not to play for Royal Challengers Bangalore. Season by season at IPL, centuries, Test centuries, ODI centuries, commercial interests. Yuvraj was signed by Microsoft to be a brand ambassador for the Xbox 360 video game console when it was launched in India in 2006. He appeared in advertisements for the console alongside Bollywood actor Akshay Kumar. Codemasters cricket video game Brian Lara International Cricket 2007 was released with his endorsement in India, titled Yuvraj Singh International Cricket 2007. The Bollywood animated film, Jumbo features cricketer Yuvraj Singh's voice, therefore starting his career in Bollywood. The upcoming animated full-length feature film Captain India features Yuvraj Singh as the main protagonist. Yuvraj has also been involved in sports-based e-commerce. He is a brand ambassador of Sports 365 In, an online store focused on selling sports goods and fitness equipment. Yuvraj is also the brand ambassador for the famous sports brand Puma, which is also endorsed by other stars such as Usain Bolt, Fernando Alonso and Sergio Aguirre. See also, The Test of My Life, From Cricket to Cancer and Back, references. External links, player profile, Yuvraj Singh from Cricinfo, Yuvraj Singh's profile page on Wisden, Yuvraj Singh RCB player, player profile, Yuvraj Singh from Cricket Archive, I would return to field in few months, Yuvraj Singh Gurgaon, April 11.